Welcome back to Meal Time DFS. Well, the motto over here is let's eat. Well, we had a Happy Meal slate yesterday. Today we got that supersized slate once again. We got 11 games on the slate. 11 huge games on the slate. So when we have games like this, I like to give y'all value more than starting five and core fives. I like to just give you the value because everyone got an idea on all these players on who to play by this time. And to me, you take down the GPP because of the value plays. Because you finding those diamonds in the rough who's going to get you 25, 30 something fantasy points tonight. And then you line them up with your superstars or your stars that you think who going to get you 40s and 50s. And that's the whole point of having one of the biggest scores on the night is by finding the value plays. I'm going to do something different, completely different than I usually do. I'm going to go through each and every game. If I can pull this off, I'm going to try to go through each and every game. I used to watch DFS Bachelor on YouTube. He was great at doing this. Won quite a few dollars because he used to break down every slate. And it's time consuming. It literally would be time consuming. So I'm going to try to shorten this up a little bit. But first thing first, please subscribe. Please like, please comment. Like I said, we want to grow this channel as quickly as possible. And we can't do it with you all. We can't do it without you all. So to get started, let's go straight to this first game that's starting at 6 o'clock on my time slate. Washington versus Charlotte. You know, we know about LaMelo Ball. We know about Bradley Beal. Where I play LaMelo Ball at 10-7, no way I'm playing LaMelo Ball at 10-7. He would have to, yeah, right. I mean, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I'm not playing him at 10-7. There's no way. Bradley Beal is back for this game, so that's going to cut down on Spencer Dinwiddie price at 7,800 on his scoring abilities. I think he'll be back in that 34, 32 range instead of that 49 and 50. You never know. But like I said, we are looking for value plays like Kyle Kuzma, 6,800. Like I said, Charlotte is one of the worst defensive teams in the league, so everything's gonna be and one of the fastest paces teams in the league. So up tempo. So you got Kyle Kuzma, Montreal Harrell. But let's see if we can find some good value for this game. My boy, I always go to him, Cody Morton. I keep going back to him over and over. He did a 31, won me a few, got me a little lunch money the other day when he did the 31 because I definitely had him in the lineup. Like I say, he's just value. I mean, he got a great game tonight playing against Washington. Up tempo always. He's gonna always get a few shots. Get you a few rebounds, get your assists, get your steal, get you all the sides you need, for your meal. I mean, it's just at 3,300, like I said before, he's almost averaging 6 times the value. Yes, he had a little slump where he kind of screwed you up for a couple of games, but if you just expecting for that 21, that 20 to 25, he almost can get it to you almost every night. Like I said, we're not going to talk about every player. We're not going to talk about Kelly Oubre Jr., which we could. But like I said, he's so inconsistent to me. Well, at his price, I don't like him at his price. It's just too much value out there for people at that price. I do like Terry Rozier, and you got to like Montreal Harrell. Terry Rozier at 28. Averaging almost 28 fantasy points exactly the last couple of games. But Montreal Harrell, I mean, the guy is averaging over a point per fantasy per minute. So you gotta like him, and you gotta like him for this matchup because Charlotte can't hold big men. Up tempo game, like I said, Montreal Harrell and Kyle Kuzma, they are definitely in play. Miles Bridges. And he's almost considered to be a star at 8,100 for me. So you got to really think about that. But 8,100, his 5 times the value at that 41 would be solid. I mean, it would be a solid play. But let's move on to the next game, Indiana, Detroit. Like I said, I don't want to stretch this out for an hour, but I do want to give y'all some true value that I have seen. As always, we're gonna start at the top. You got Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon. You know what they doing. Sabonis have, with his price going down, he's almost worth that 9,200 now. So he's a whole lot better. Jeremiah Grant went up a little bit. Oh no, my bad. It went down. It went down to 71 because he did a 9.8 the other day against Sacramento. I was surprised about that too. 27 minutes. I'm not for sure what happened. I never did check on that game. You got Miles Turner. Sadiq Bey went off the other day. He gave you a 42 and 39, and his price went down $100 going against Indiana, which is first against small forwards and power forwards. Could be why it went down a little bit, but with Jalen Cunningham out here, who's going to be next on this line at 6,100. I don't know if I want to play 6,100 for Jalen Cunningham just yet. Y'all know I've been talking about him since the first game he played, and I rode with him all the way till I got that 39, and then he gave me that 25 in his fourth game against Brooklyn, and I kind of jumped off the bandwagon since then because he's been 52, and I missed out on this 51 at 5,500. Should have pivoted. Should have seen that playing against Sacramento. Should have had idea it was going to be an up-tempo game. But this Indiana might not be an up-tempo game. But, I mean, Indiana is 26 against point guards, shooting guards. So I'm not saying they can't do it. I just don't really like the price tag at 6,100. I think it's way more value out there. You got Isaiah Stewart, who is getting the minutes, 27, 32 minutes. I just don't like the consistency on the rebounds. You know, I hate to see someone get 15 and 4 and 7 and 8. I mean, like I said, 5,200, you'll see when I kind of go through this slate, go through every game, that is so much value out there. You can just kind of go different ways with this. Take a look at Torrey Craig. His minutes back down. Like I said, we just going through it, looking for value. We are looking for true value on the slate tonight. Just true value. We know about, like I said, we know about Brogdon. We know about Sabonis. You should know about Jeremiah Grant. You should know about Miles Turner. If you want to get Miles Turner in there, because he's been dominating, except for the last game against the Knicks, and his price went up $100. But like I said, we're not gonna just talk about just the superstars on this. We want the true value. And let me see. I think that might be it for this slate. Like I said, we're not going to, German Lamb is not getting any playing time anymore. He's only going to get that playing time if someone is hurt. And I think that might be it, you all. I'm going to move on because I don't see it right now. That's one reason I do want to go live. So when I miss something, I can have someone to say, hey, what about this player? But let's move on to the Boston Atlanta game. Like I said, we know about Jason Taylor. We know about Trae Young. Jaylen Brown still out. Big Al Horford. Hey, he did this thing the other day. He did a 37. Like I said, he's not at that price range, but we was loading up on him every single night that he played at that 58 and 6,000 range. But he got a nice little matchup again going against John Collins and Clint Capella. Have a difficult matchup to me. If I had to choose between Al and Clint, I'm taking Clint Capella tonight. Clint Capella, he's averaging, look at the rebounds, y'all. 16, 13, 13, 12, just over the last 4 games. And he threw it in the 6, so he only played in 23 minutes, but back to 13, 10. He's giving you a double-double every night. Big Al is giving you a double-double too. Don't get me wrong. And Big Al, I'm going to tell you the reason why Big Al is giving you that double-double lately. Well, he's back to giving it to you again. But if I had to choose, I can save $300. I'm going with Clint Capella tonight. I'm really just going with Clint Capella. The reason why Big Al, if we go look at it, he kind of dipped off on us. The rebounds went down 9, 7, 6, 4, 7. The rebounds went down. And his price was at $7,400, 25, 23. Well, what happened was Robert Williams came into his own, started getting his playing time. 34, 41, 33, 33. He got hurt in a game against Cleveland, only played 13 minutes. And you see the rebound, 16, 10, 13. So he took rebounds from Big Al. Well, Robert Williams, if he's not playing tonight, then I really would think about playing Big Al. But if he's playing, I'm going to Clint Capella if I had to choose. I'm just plain and simple. Marcus Smart, definitely in play with Jaylen Brown not. Dennis Schroeder, definitely in play as long as Jaylen Brown is out. Bogdanovich, I'm not. He's getting the minutes. But if I had to choose somebody on this one, it wouldn't be Kevin Herter. It'll be Gallinari. I would go to Gallinari. Gallinari last two games been getting 26, 28 minutes. He did your 14. He did your 29. I really like the matchup. I know it might be this 24th against Paul Forrest for Boston. Really like the matchup. If I needed the value play, I'm going to Gallinari. The last value play on this lineup that people have been missing out on, I do not know why. I've been playing him the last couple of games, is Josh Richardson. He's getting you 20, 20, 28, 22 the last four games. He's getting a boatload of minutes. Y'all, he's getting you, if he gets you the double digit in points, that's all you need to hit value. At 3,300, I mean, we talking about 18 fantasy points. He's doing that. He's doing 24 over the last four games on his own. So he's getting you almost 6 times. He's getting you over 6 times the value. So definitely, I really like Josh Richardson tonight against Atlanta. Up tempo game, everything. And let's move on to the next one, y'all. Like I said, we're going to keep it going. We got the Cleveland and Brooklyn. We got some value in this game. We're not going to talk about Kevin Durant. We're not going to talk about James Harden. Kyrie Irving ain't played. This is what we're going to talk about. Jared Allen is out. Evan Mobley is out. That's a lot of extra shots that's got to come for Darius Garland and Ricky Rubio. Colin Sexton is out. Kevin Love is still questionable. Might play, might not. Laura Mark is still out. They have no big men. I'm just going down to what makes sense. Cedi Osman, 4,000. He went off the other night. Hope you had him. He gave you 43. Got you 26 points. He might not get you 26 points. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's my puppet playing with some toys upstairs. But he might not get you 43. But since they are so short-handed, be honest with you, they just signed Ed Davis the other day, if I remember correctly. And he played, I believe. Yes, they did. They just signed Ed Davis to a contract on Wednesday, and he already played 3 games. That's how short-handed they are on big men. So let's say Brooklyn blow them out, which is a good chance Brooklyn will blow them out after getting beat last night by Golden State. They're going to have to play. He's going to have to play practically the whole game. Isaac Okoro, same thing. They don't have big men. These are true value plays at 37 and 4,000, at 3,700 and 4,000, where guys are going to have to play the whole game. So for the value for this game, for this matchup, Osman and Okoro, just plain and simple. I'm giving you 2 great plays. Even I think Dean Wade, did he get? But once again, I'm going to try to pick back up. I had a lit call to come in. But like I said, once again, Osman, great play. Okoro, great play, because they're going to play the whole game. I mean, if they get blown out, Rubio, they'll take Rubio out. They'll take Rubio out and put in some of these point guards who practically haven't played. But them two going to have to play the whole game unless they are in complete foul trouble. So I definitely like them two. Let's move on to the next slate. New Orleans and Miami. Hey, Zion ain't played the game. Shaq and Charles and Shaq Baby, he ain't played the game yet. Valanciunas is getting a little bit too high. Jimmy Butler is still questionable for the night. Brandon Ingram, we can look at him. He, at 8.6, at 8,600, he would have to get you what is it, 41, 42, about 42. He can do it. And to get you 6 times the value, he had to get you 51. Nah, I'm not paying up for that right now. Kyle Lowry definitely play if Jimmy Butler don't play. Tyler Hero definitely play if Jimmy Butler doesn't play. If Jimmy B doesn't play. We know Josh Hart is in play. Just because of the minutes and the shots. He did a 38 the other day strictly because he had 12 rebounds. Come on, that's an anomaly. That's not going to happen too many times with the 12 rebounds. So if you're expecting to get it that way, no. If Bam doesn't play, is Bam playing tonight? Bam is still questionable. If Bam doesn't play, you got to go get Dwayne Dedman. He should be able to hit value for you. At 6 times the value be 24. That's exactly what he got the other night. So he'll hit value. PJ Tucker, once again, if Jimmy B and Bam doesn't play, throw PJ Tucker in there. He, like I said, he only got you 6 rebounds last time, but before then he was getting 11, 10, and 13. He looked like he had found his little niche. And you gotta understand, that game was a blowout almost, that OKC game. So late in the fourth quarter, I believe. So he probably wasn't in the game that much down the line. So keep an eye on that. Like I said, I'm just trying to get your value. I'm trying to get your value. Let's move on to the next game. Orlando and the Knicks. Julius Randle definitely play. Cole Anthony, I love him if Jalen Suggs doesn't play. Mo Bamba in play. Wendell Carter Jr. in play. Now here we go. R.J. Barrett, Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, Franz Wagner in play because of the minutes. Not because of the fantasy points, because of the minutes. Because you never know what someone's going to happen. At 4,500 playing over 30-something minutes a night, I mean, it's just, you got to be in play. Who else? Was it Mitchell Robinson? Probably about Mitchell Robinson. A few minutes, 21. He averaged 21. I'm not feeling too good about that neither. I mean, like I said, it's so much value. This is just not a game I'm going to be highly on for me. Because I'm not big on 2-minute player stuff for Cole Anthony. I do like Mo Biyombo. I do like him tonight. His price is still okay at 600 or 700. But to me, he got a. It say it's not a bad matchup. It say they rank 27, but I don't know about that. I just don't always agree with that. Sometimes if you playing these big guys early on and you playing, Greek the Freak and Joel Embiid, they can kind of screw your numbers up when they have a good game. Gary Harris, if Gary Harris is starting you all, please get Cole Anthony. Gary Harris is not a shooting guard. He was a reluctant shooter. He was a reluctant shooting guard. He do not like to shoot the ball. Plain and simple. Now, it might be the night he go take 11 shots and go off, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. He don't give you no sides with nothing, no rebounds, no assists. Look, 30 minutes, he had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, 8 points. That's just more shots for Cole Anthony. That's why I'm big on Cole Anthony in this game. Lakers versus Milwaukee. It's kind of a little tough one, but I'm just going straight to the value. We're not going to talk about Greek the Freak. We're not going to talk about Westbrook. We're not going to talk about Anthony Davis. We know who they are. First true value play. Chris Middleton might come back today. Chris Middleton might come back. Keep an eye on that. If Middleton come back, Drew Holiday is too. I probably have to pass on Drew Holiday, even though we know the Lakers can't stop point guards. But Drew Holiday at 7,300, definitely. Bobby Portis, definitely. Carmelo Anthony, he been in a little shooting slump. He go on these 3 or 4 games shooting slump, then he jump out the shooting slump with a 41, 38, 35. Y'all, that's on y'all. I'm really not taking. If I played 150 lineups, which I do not, yes, I would have some Carmelo Anthony, but I don't play that many lineups. I just don't. Most I usually play is 5 or 6 different lineups, but I will have THT. Tony Horton Tucker, I will have him tonight, even though he's at 4,800. Throw him in your lineup. Great value play. He's going to play the whole game practically. You see, he played 37 minutes the other night, 28.6 rebounds, 2 assists, once, getting you all the sides with shooting 19 shots. I'm playing THT to give me a dud. And that's about it for the value on that for this slate. Move on. Sacramento and Minnesota. Big Cat. He did his thing the other night against Phoenix. He did a 56. I'm not fooling with Big Cat at 10-4. Plain and simple. D Fox, he's in play at 83. Anthony Edwards, it's kind of hard with D'Angelo Russell back. That's one reason why you can't play Big Cat. Because these 2 guys are taking shots away from him. Harris and Barnes at 7,200, really don't want him. Yeah, the first 4 or 5 games of the season, Harris and Barnes was unbelievable. Yeah, but now he's coming back down reality. Tyler Halliburton, yes, he's definitely in play at 5,900, under 6,000. He's averaging, that's 5 times the value. We know he can get you a 36. He can get you a 36, which would be a 6 times the value against Minnesota. So he's definitely in play tonight. Um, is it Malik Beasley? Malik Beasley is okay, but the one person who I really like on this, if I had to play somebody, it would be Jaden McDaniel because of the playing time. Not because of the fantasy points, because of the playing time. Sometimes when you get so many minutes, can you get those extra shots up? But he is averaging 4.2 rebounds and so far 5.5 points. But can he get the ball in the bucket? That's the question. So for them, like I said, we looking at the value. We looking at the value. We know about Buddy Hield. I think Buddy Hield against Minnesota, he's definitely in play against Minnesota because Minnesota ranked 28th against shooting guards, small forward. He's definitely in play because of that. But like I said, I'm not big on too many players from this game either. My Houston Rockets and OKC, the only team. Back to this Houston OKC game, had another interruption, but hey, I'm gonna try to splice all these videos together for you. Like I say, it's one of the longest videos I have did to this date. But with the Houston game, OKC game, I think this is Houston only win of the season against OKC. I think Christian Wood did like a 61 against them. Let me check to make sure. Yeah, he did a 61 exactly against them. 31 points, 14 rebounds, but as you can see, no consistency. No consistency. I can't say the word anymore. Against for these players. I mean, that's with Shea. That was Josh Giddey, Kevin Porter. You never know what you're going to get. You can get anywhere from a 15 with these players to a 45 to a 50 any given night. Bunch of the nights these two teams are getting blown out, so a bunch of those starters don't play. This is a night I don't see a blowout happening for anyone. This should be a high-scoring game. Who has the highest pace? Is it Houston with the highest pace? I don't know how because they lose so bad. I got to look at that again. But Houston definitely has one of the worst defenses in the league. I mean, I like Darius Baisley. I like Jalen Green if Kevin Porter Jr. doesn't play. But y'all, I'm very hesitant on taking anybody from this slate. I really am. So we're gonna move on to the next slate. Dallas and Phoenix. Luka Duka not playing. He's out. So everybody's going to run a Porzingis. I understand. I want them to. The problem is Phoenix probably will blow Dallas out. And that's going to take away from his minutes. But if we just talking about is it a close game? Are they staying in it to the end? Porzingis is a must play with Luka out. Jalen Brunson to me is a must play with Luka out. He is going to be the primary ball handler with Luka out. And we know at 5,700 he can get you a 36 tonight easily, getting 6 times the value. DeAndre Ayton is back, so all that Frank the Tank, Frank Kaminsky, and JaVale McGee, that's going out the window. But I definitely like Jalen Brunson. This is the value I'm talking about in this slate. Jalen Brunson, and like I said, Porzingis should just fall in because of Luka's not playing. You should be more worried about if it's going to be a blowout. And if it's a blowout, then you kind of go on the other side. Like I said, if it's a blowout, it's usually because of the role players or one star just went off so bad. So like DeAndre Ayton, I know he's coming back. I don't know if he's going to be on the minutes restrictions or not. But we know Dallas is practically last against Simmons. I mean, he'll be a great play for Porzingis and DeAndre Ayton and Jalen Brunson. I really like those players, but I'm just afraid of the blowout in that game. And then to the final game of the slate, Damian Lillard finally have gave you a back-to-back 40s, 47, 41. Well, he's been in 40s for a minute, but he finally did a high 47. Vucevic is still out. DeMar Rosen is in play. Zach LaVine is in play. Lonzo is in play tonight. One of the things I noticed when these guys play back in LA, Lonzo and LaMelo, they go off. they actually go off for some strange reason by playing the Lakers, especially in LA. Guess because they from there. But two lit things that I see, and like I said, this is talking about the value. Nasir Little, who I like because of the minutes. Y'all can see what he do. He only got you 1 rebound in the last game, but that's an anomaly because he averaged 5.5 rebounds, so he usually giving you a lot of rebounds. The points is the ones that you got to look out for. Nasir Little, I like to play because he'll get the playing time. And if y'all been watching the videos, y'all been hearing me talk about, I'm not understanding what's going on with Nurkic. Why they not playing Nurkic? Why they still not playing. He down to 6,400. People is going to go jump on that price tag because that's just so cheap. And yes, but he only played 18 minutes the last game, 21 minutes. It's getting worse. Y'all, the play for the big men is someone who costs $3,200. Is Larry Nance Jr. I'm giving you some good information right now. It's Larry Nance. He's getting 23, 20, 20, 27 minutes, 15 points in the last game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. We know he can score. The matchup is okay. If he get going, he was 7 of 7 from the field in the last game. Didn't miss a shot. Usually after a game like that, you come back down to reality. But at that price tag, and this is why it's so at that price tag, to be value, all he got to get you is 15.5 and 6 value. We looking at 18 to 19, which we know he can do. If you want to pivot off of that Nurkic, you got Larry Nance Jr. I really do like that play. Cause like I said, it's so much value out here, and that's why I wanted to do a video strictly talking about value and showing you what you can get and what you can't get, or what I like and what I don't like. I might put out another video with my starting 5, my core 5 later on today. It wouldn't come out to about 3 or 4 o'clock, a couple hours before tip off, because it's so much going on. You got to get as much good information as possible today. But thank you all for liking the video. And as always, let's eat.